So is that basically what it is? So he want to stay in Cleveland. He just want the contract, and he probably want to get paid like a number one running back. Which, I
Probably.
mean, come on, man. Like out of all places, you at somewhere they got a top 5 running back. Man, you got Nick Chubb there. It's kind of hard for them to give you number one money, especially after all the money they just gave Deshaun Watson. It's kind of tough, man. So
Absolutely.
But I like this. I like the position that the Cleveland Browns are in because. If he does decide not to play, you still got Chubb. Anybody can be a backup running back, a spell back for Nick Chubb. You know what I mean? So you don't need a Pro Bowl level a Pro Bowl level running back to be a backup. They just got a luxury right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they ain't got to give him nothing. And but I do like the fact that Kareem Hunt is saying, look, I'm not gonna sit at the crib. I'm gonna go come in. I'm gonna do some workouts. I just want to let y'all know. Hey, I want a contract done, So I think they both handling it pretty decent.
Yeah, I think so. It ain't ugly like the Baker Mayfield thing kind of was, because it wasn't like they went out and got somebody else and then behind his back. So I mean, he got to be mindful of the fact that we talking about Nick Chubb, dude. I mean, he's a horse of a back, and I just saw the video before we did the show of him, squatting 650 pounds. So,
dude is a monster, man.
He's a freak, man. He's a freak. And when you got that type of guy, it's definitely interesting to see what they do with the backup role, because I don't see Nick Chubb's career ending anytime soon. So they're not trying to be tied to Kareem Hunt for a large dollar amount for a long time. I mean, it's luxury. You hit the nail on the head. It's a luxury to have that good of a backup. And I honestly, Kareem Hunt was a starter.
he was a Pro Bowler.
A Pro Bowl star, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, we know what he's capable of, but at the end of the day, if you're looking for starter money, Cleveland is not probably the place. So I think requesting a trade, how he handled it, I mean, it's about the only way he could have handled it, and say, well, if you're not going to give me what I think I'm worth, then send me someplace that will.
Or he could have just played in his contract year and balled out and test free agency. I mean, and I think if he don't get the deal he won't, I think that's probably what he'll end up doing. I mean, the trade don't have to happen. I mean, because he went to Cleveland to, kind of restore his career anyway after the incident he had while he was in Kansas City. They let him go. Cleveland took a chance on him, picked him up. It worked out. His conduct's been good. His play's been good. Now that Kareem Hunt's name is not tied with the incident he had, is tied with 2 or 3 years of good play, good conduct. Absolutely. And the team can take a chance on him. So if that's the case, and if it's not Cleveland, and he don't want to stay in that backup role, where can he go if they did trade him? That he can
Funny you should ask that.
Yeah,
this is a team in Atlanta that's in rebuilding.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind taking a chance. I mean, we did draft a rookie, I think 3rd, 4th round in Tyler Algier. I can't remember which round he drafted him in. So we drafted a young guy. But depending on how we look, come around trade deadline, if there's a chance, I wouldn't mind seeing him in a Dirty Bird uniform, especially. That's not a bad look. I mean, we don't have any proven backs. Not proven. I mean, Cordell.
Y'all still starting Cordell.
Exactly. Who is a wide receiver turned running back, and he didn't even come to any of the mini camps or training camp because he probably was zapped from all the workload he had last year. Man. With a guy like Kareem, a true running back, we can still have Cordero play wide out, assist with the young boy London, and transition into the NFL, because like we talked about before, and we're going to continue to talk about later, he's the number one now on a team that's rebuilding with a new quarterback and a new offensive system. Like, you need those vets like Cordero, who've been in the league and played wide receiver, has played kickoff return, has played running back. He's been all over the place, but I don't think his load need to be as heavy as as it was last year. So I wouldn't mind, taking a flyer on Kareem Hunt. We see exactly what he's capable of, at least, the last couple of years. And he's fairly healthy. When you play in that 2-back system, you can stay healthy. He can come in and help kickstart this rebuild. So I wouldn't mind seeing him down there in Atlanta.
I think that's perfect, man. And look, and I didn't even have Atlanta in mind, and we was just about to talk about.
Really?
But yeah, it's a perfect segue. But now that you mentioned it, there's a perfect fit. It's seamless. They need them. They probably could use some assets to go get them.
Of course.
And it gets them out of that Cordell Patterson, because every time Cordell got the ball in the backfield, it felt like a gimmick play. I never really bought big six dude. What is he? 6'1", 6? I don't know. Big old dude.
Big.
I never really bought him wearing number 84 coming out of the backfield is a real running back. It always felt like a gimmick, man. Like like a jet sweep to Percy Harvin. It always felt like a gimmick.
Always. It never felt like a true. And even though he has some success on the ground, he has some success in the air, which I think that's the type of player that he is, kind of like Debo, but Debo isn't listed at a running back. You know what I mean? He's not. He's a wide receiver that can run the ball on certain gadget plays, and I think that's what Cordell is suited to be, that guy that you can use a lot of places, but put him at wide receiver where he was drafted and played most of his career. Funny I mentioned that both of those boys from South Carolina, same area in South Carolina, so they breed football players, I'm guessing. I
would rather see him, just like you said, be used like Debo, man. Your primary position is actually what you really are, a receiver, and then we can do other things with you. But no one wants to see Taysom Hill starting at quarterback, and that's what it feel like with Cordell starting.
That's a good. That is a good.